We back.
We back.
In black. My name's Shaq.
Are we? Yeah, I guess I'm kind of wearing like black shades, I guess. Okay, so today's topic, we're going to talk about why young people, I think it's just not even young, but just generally nowadays, feel broke, even when they work hard.
Facts. Okay, I'm gonna start this set.
Yeah, I'll start chipping away for sure. I totally feel this. I think a part of it is, there's a lot of factors: cost of living.
Just that one. That's it.
Yeah, like a lot of factors. It's the cost of living. Yeah, honestly, shit is just so expensive, man. I think there's also like societal expectations that cause you to like spend more money as well.
Well,
keeping up to date with the latest phones, latest, vehicles. Maybe that's not a big for some people. Fashion, clothes.
It gets so many things,
food.
Bro. But the main thing it comes down to is how much money you're pulling in, how much money you're making. And obviously, as that increases, it starts off at its lowest point when you're young, right?
Yeah.
And you have to pick the career you want to be in. Depends if you decide to go the old 9 to 5. Depends if you decide to go the entrepreneurial route. And based on that path you pick, you then kind of get set on. You kind of get given a direction that you're gonna go.
Yeah,
and then you start earning a living. But the thing is as your income changes and increases, so does your lifestyle habits, right?
It's crazy. It happens like without you even realizing. Like we talked about this, you and me, randomly, just like in conversation, when you told me to get that app, Monarch. Shout out Monarch, sponsor us. It's like the budgeting and thing app.
Yep.
And then I was able to look at the last couple of years, and it's just like income goes up.
So does the spending.
It's like neck and neck.
Yeah.
And you don't really feel like you're doing anything in addition. I think it's like when you have a little bit more money, you feel a little less, weird about spending money. You know what I mean? Like you'll buy little things frivolously without being like,
oh, $50?
Yeah, you're just like,
whatever.
Uber Eats,
I made
$100.
$10K this month.
Exactly. Like you're just like brushing it off, and then you like when you take a step back and you look, and you're like, and then that's why probably people even have decent incomes.
Yeah.
Are like, why the fuck I'm making $200,000 a year?
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm living, maybe not paycheck to paycheck, but I feel like I should have more money.
This
saved,
is a way better angle.
Yeah, saved, invested, all that stuff. But like we said earlier, it doesn't help that the cost of living has absolutely skyrocketed.
I think that's the main thing, especially over here. I think it's
inflation.
Overall, in general, wherever you are, but
Canada's
depending on the
bad.
country that you're in, taxes vary from country to country, so that's a big factor. But like just basic necessities, groceries, gas, like that varies everywhere. So depending what country you're in,
insane, dude.
especially over here, we feel it big time. Like gas is crazy.
Dude, it's crazy.
Especially now with current events. Don't want to get
You
flagged.
ever like
on
go to the
YouTube,
grocery store and you're like, oh, I'll just get myself some strawberries, and they're like $18.99, and it's like 6 strawberries.
Bro, I'll go.
Like,
that's
what?
why I'm just like, screw it. I shop at Farm Boy now because
You might as well
get
you might
good
as
shit.
well. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab some 20s.
But what I was gonna say was, all right, just on top of that, the grocery stuff, dude, you get like 6 items, $100 right there.
It's crazy.
You buy a head of lettuce, some fruits, meat. You get some protein, some ground beef, maybe like a thing of milk, some eggs, $80.
Yeah, I get so frustrated when like, something happens and I'll be like, oh shit, I just need to grab something quick from and I'll run down 5 minutes away, and it's like 3 items and it's $58.95.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? I got toilet paper.
Yeah.
And baking soda.
Yeah.
And a bag of chips.
Yeah.
And it's $70? Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? And it's crazy because I'm going to use an example of when I was in Poland, which is one of the countries I think economically is doing really well right now because they're also not part of the they don't have the euros. They
Guys,
use their
Matt is
currency.
biased. He's Polish.
I am biased for sure. But like, dude, I remember going there, and one of my first days at the Airbnb, went to the grocery store, bought enough Airbnb for my entire family, plus one. There was 6 of us.
Wait, sorry. Say that sentence again. You bought enough Airbnb for your
No,
family?
we were at an Airbnb. Sorry, I fucked that up. We went to the grocery store. We bought groceries for the Airbnb.
There you go.
To like fill the fridge.
I thought you meant like you paid for the Airbnb.
Yeah. Everybody gets Airbnb. In Poland, it's free.
That's so funny.
No. Anyway, shut up. So I went to the grocery store. Dude, it was 130 zloty, which is like their currency. Divide that by
130 sluts?
Yes. I think it's like almost like 30 zloty is like $1 Canadian.
That's amazing.
So it would cost me 40 bucks Canadian to feed 6 people for 5 days.
Like the
And I was
ratio
like,
is not
what?
correct, bro.
I was like, and the food is good because it's like the grocery stores. It's not like
It's like farm
it's
grown,
not a chain.
farm to table.
It's like it's like people are like I grow. Hold on, beets in the backyard. 1 second. They're like, go get the fucking beets from the backyard and give them to you right there. And it's like, dude, the food was amazing. I remember going for breakfast, huge breakfast, salad, eggs, sausage, bread, coffee, whatever. $6 Canadian. And I'm like, this is nuts. And then you come back here, but I think that's, wanderlust in a way, and like that FOMO of like being in another country and coming back home. Come back home and I go to Timmy's and get a wrap that's like barely
Garbage.
put together, synthetic, disgusting.
Yeah.
$12.99. Like what? It's crazy. And I'm not saying, I'm not blaming Canada specifically. I am.
Well, I mean, there's some lot of shit wrong.
Yes.
A lot of shit wrong in our country.
Cost of living, groceries. It's absurd, man. And like, go ahead if you want to say something in here. I'm kind of rambling.
Well, I really enjoyed you rambling. That was fantastic. No, it actually made a lot of sense. But going back to our first part, like we already kind of touched on, we've been talking about the cost of living, but I want to talk about a little bit more of like the specifics about it, why we are the way we are, like at least from our opinion. We're not like financial experts or anything, and we're not really economic.
A question for you, and I want to see, I was thinking about this for this topic, but when you were younger, let's say, I don't know, in your teens, in your brain, when you were thinking about the future, how much money did you think you'd have to make to be like, I'm gonna be set, like amazing? For me, it was 100 grand.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I make $100,000 a year,
Yeah.
I'm filthy rich. Like, I'm gonna
Facts.
buy a mansion. I'm gonna like
Facts.
have 3 cars, gaming, beautiful gaming setup, very important. Stuff like that. Now it's like I make that and a little, let's say, and then some, and I'm just like, ooh, do I want to buy this $4 like whatever item because it might break?
Or do I want to feed my family?
Yeah, like it's crazy, dude. Like, it blows my mind that my parents raised a whole family on one income.
Yeah, no,
Maybe
impossible.
60 grand a year.
Impossible these days.
Maybe 60 grand a year. House, 2 cars.
So I think
like-
it's good that you said that number. I'm pretty sure 100 is the new 60.
Which is insane.
Yeah. But you also have to take into account, we've been pretty much talking about the cost of living, and like, depending on where you are, it gets worse than other places.
100%.
Which is kind of, I guess at this point in our lives, it's a really important decision to to decide where you want to establish roots. Like, do you want to continue living here? Do you want to move elsewhere?
Yeah, that's why it's so
kind of
hard
get like a cut on all these expenses.
Yeah.
It's a huge decision because over here it doesn't really seem that sustainable. You need to be making a shit ton of money, like a disproportionate amount of money to survive here.
I just don't want to work.
Yeah, and
7 days. I already do that anyway. Like,
Exactly.
I don't want to work. The answer isn't just work harder.
Yeah.
Like when you talk to a boomer, they're like, your generation doesn't know how to work.
You
And
millennials,
I'm like,
you guys don't know how to work,
You
bitch.
worked a 9 to 5 for 45 years.
Then you got home and you just shut off, drank beer,
and
and,
I'm like,
did it all over
I'm
again.
up at 5 a.m., I'll work 8 or 10 hours, then I do something else and do F45, and I'll do this, and I'll try to make money here. And it's like nonstop.
I'm working on the weekends.
Working on the weekends. It's like nonstop. And don't get me wrong, not to say that I don't enjoy it. I absolutely love it. If I didn't like what I did, I would probably be dead. Like, I would jump off a bridge right now. You know what I mean? Working that much. But that's a reality for a lot of people where they work 40 hours a week, then they work the weekends.
100%.
And then they have to make extra income. Maybe they do
bro.
Uber or whatever.
Bro.
And it's like,
Go ahead.
it's all this time and they're still only making 60, 70K, and it's still not enough.
Yeah.
And then that leads into health and fitness because they're not eating, they're not sleeping. They have no time for exercise. You have no time
Exactly.
for yourself because you're you're trying to survive to provide for your family. It's a
Is this a topic, or is this just us venting?
no, I know I'm getting worked up, dude. Because it's like I see it all around me. It's like sad.
It's the daily thing.
And it's like go ahead.
Groceries, rent, gas, basic
rent?
lifestyle necessities, all these things. I think it's like what I wanted to say was your income has scaled, but the expenses have scaled past your income and with it. It's disproportionate in that way. So that's why you always feel behind, and why the younger generations feel like they don't have any cash, and why our debt keeps rising is because we can't keep up with the amount of expenses that are coming. At least that's in my opinion.
I 100% agree.
And then we always joke about this. Probably the last thing about this segment at the beginning is when you go out, like you're gonna go meet friends, or you're gonna go out to the bar or whatever. You're gonna have a good time. You the second you step out the door,
$100,
negative $200.
Yes, immediately.
Boom.
Breathing air costs money.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. You shouldn't feel strained to go out and have a good time with your friends once a month.
And you know what?
But you do, right? And that causes you to stay indoors. It's just like you get depressed staying indoors.
Even indoors, bro, you can call Uber Eats and spend $100.
Oh, I'm so over Uber
me
Eats.
too.
It's terrible.
I canceled my Uber one finally. One thing I just wanted to add to that crossed my mind, like talking about constantly spending, is you know that you've had this, I'm sure. We always complain about it ourselves, but it's like, you know, when you have those good months, everything lines up, expenses are good. You look at the bank account, you're like, oh my god, like I have more money than I want.
I paid 10 G's of
like,
my debt
everything's
off.
good, or like you have a certain amount of money and you're happy and you're like, I'm kind of comfortable, I'm okay. Next morning, $10,000 worth of issues like hits you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like in this case for me, it's like wedding planning, as you've obviously you've been through.
You also moved. That was your own.
I also moved. Yeah. So it's like last month, I moved first and last, deposit for a bunch of wedding stuff, and it's like overnight just liquidated half my freaking savings. You know what I mean? It's insane. And then that goes into the loop of now I have to, after this break that I'm on right now, take a March break off. I'm gonna have to fucking work my ass off like crazy to bring myself to level, only to go through the process
equilibrium
all over again.
Yeah, it's not the first time it's happened.
As soon as I make that money back, it's gonna be right in time for my next wedding payment, my second set of deposits for all this stuff.
PTSD for me, bro.
Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Weddings are like the worst thing that you can do from a financial perspective.
Way to ruin yourself.
This is the way to.
Still want to do it though. Just want to make that very clear.
This is the way to justify it though. You're never gonna have all of those people in the same room again.
Well, hopefully not.
I meant it in a good way.
I know. I know what you mean.
Yeah, well, yeah. So like, we get the basic gist of like how the lifestyle.
Yeah, we were talking about cost of living. Yeah.
If you want to get a little more into like, oh shit, bro, I just saved your fucking life,
what
man.
What the heck? I completely
Did you see that?
missed.
It was coming down. We need to replay that in slow-mo. I grabbed both of the plates and slid them back
Sorry,
on.
I completely missed.
Is this your first time?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, it is.
God, dude.
Right,
if I wasn't Spider-Man, who knows what would have happened?
You know what's funny? I was thinking about putting clips on it too. And I'm like, nah, we don't need clips.
I think you need clips on there. I don't, but you do. Housing affordability,
bro. Oh, this is cool. Yeah. So
no, it's time to. This is our government pitch right here. We're gonna run for office.
I'd be sick. Everyone has to work out minimum 3 days a week, or you pay a tax.
Lazy bitch tax.
Yeah, the lazy bitch tax. So housing feels out of reach. So we kind of touched on this with the boomers, and I was saying like,
bro, these guys, my parents bought a fucking big ass house for like
$200K, $300K. It's insane. My parents
bought
their house
doesn't
for
even
like,
get you a condo these days.
My parents bought their house probably for like $200K. It's worth what, 1.2, 1.3 million.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
It has no business being worth that much.
No, and did you ever see that? There's a guy on YouTube. He does these skits, like reels or shorts, where it's like house in Toronto or literal castle in Ireland.
Yeah.
And it's like house in Toronto and like Scarborough, 3.6 mil. The walls are like breaking in. He's like, and then he's like, or you could buy this island off the coast of Honolulu for $3 million with your own power and water supply and staff. And I'm just like, that's insane. You can buy a literal castle in Sweden for more than a house down the street here. a 30-bedroom property.
I feel like we resonate with this so much just because of where we are.
In our lives, yeah, because that's
But-
kind of where we are, right? Like, you just said I just moved and I'm renting, and you talked about settling down with roots and stuff. That's why we haven't looked at buying
Ideally,
a
you
house.
would have wanted to purchase
Yeah,
that, right?
but I don't want to
It's
because
impossible.
it's impossible. Instability. I don't know if I want to live here
Yeah.
the way things are
Yeah.
going. You know.
And like I'd say, you know, compared to most people, not everyone works as hard or has this kind of like conscientious behavior of like I need to keep leveling up.
Entrepreneurial.
I need to keep leveling up. I need to keep
mindset.
doing better. I need to like try my best to provide for my family and make
Yeah.
as much as I can. But even still, at certain points, you feel like inadequate, right?
Always.
Which is crazy. And it's like you work hard in order to, you know, provide for your family, get to that next step, hopefully buy a place that you can establish roots
Yeah.
in, you know, probably like make a family of your own and whatnot and build that like stability. But I don't really think that's a really feasible thing these days because everything is so unaffordable or inaffordable, you know,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to housing here. Like I own a condo
Yeah.
with my wife, but
My wife.
it's a fucking shoebox, bro. Like the amount that you put towards that condo back in the day in our parents' time would have purchased like a
50K.
fucking huge mansion, dude.
Well, you know
crazy.
what? That condo will be worth 10 mil in a couple years.
This shit is turning into like Hong Kong, bro.
It's like when I see them, all the construction that happens here, and we have like 80, they're building like 9 high rises here in this area.
Yeah.
Who's gonna live there?
no,
They're like
no,
$1 million
it's-
each.
That's the thing. It's gonna be just a renter's market. No one is gonna have the capability to purchase. That's why we're like, we need to buy something before it gets too late, so we can build
Yeah.
equity and whatnot, right?
Damn, that's some World Economic Forum stuff, man. You're gonna not own anything and be happy about it, as they say.
There's probably honestly,
But there's people who
is getting
are okay with that.
into
though.
the conspiracy. Yeah, the lazy people.
Oh, buddy, we gotta do a conspiracy episode. We could talk for
have
like
to.
16 hours.
This is probably where we're gonna blow
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. I'm gonna be an Alex Jones guy. Be like, they're eating babies. Yeah. They're eating babies and there are reptiles everywhere.
gay.
Yeah, the water's making the frogs gay. Hey man, conspiracy
Wait, I
theorists
wanted to-
are on a
oh.
generational run right now.
I lost
so.
my train of thought. I had something really, really important to say.
Let's do one more set. I feel like we've done like 5.
Yeah, last time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like all that shit, you work so hard, you're so tired. You're not even sleeping as well as you should. You're staying in shape, like you're doing all the things.
That
but
you-
you
that you
still
should
end
be
up
doing.
feeling like anxious, frustrated, and kind of inadequate because you're not getting to like that next step.
Yeah.
And it's like a constant circle. It's a circle, bro.
It's a circle.
It's a circle.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
Totally, man. I'm gonna keep touching on the housing stuff here. I think we're done.
Yeah, next up.
Is it a work ethic problem or a system problem? Yeah, come on now. I mean, some people maybe lack the work ethic, sure, but I think predominantly it's an issue, a government issue.
Yeah, like, you know, if you level up, it's a little bit of both, but we know which one's the majority, right? We'll let the audience figure that out. We know that it's the government. But like,
Careful,
let's
they're
say,
about to pass a bill where we can go to jail for saying that, so.
careful.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
I don't speak English.
I don't know this.
That's my last set.
Okay, I'm gonna
we're
do
gonna
one.
change
You
it
wanna-
up.
Did you do 4 already?
Yeah,
I
that
think
was
we
my
both
fourth.
did 4. I'm good.
I got to do one more round of the shoulders. But what I was gonna say was like, if you
I'll do another shoulder.
Make
press for
more
funsies.
money.
Leave it, I'll do it.
you should be allowed to kind of
freedoms.
like, yeah, more freedoms and also like kind of spoil yourself just a little bit quickly, right? But now more than ever, you have to be of the mentality that if you make more money, you need to spend as little as you can
Yeah.
in order to get ahead. And I'm unfortunately like not willingly, but like it's happened. I'm sure it's happened to you as well, where like that wasn't really possible based on like your life decisions.
Yeah.
Travel on my end, stuff like that.
I just bought a new gaming PC.
So
Can't eat anything for the next like 2 months.
So
at least.
like financially literate people would be like, yeah, to some extent you're right. Like things are more expensive.
But it's like maybe budget
but
better,
why
balance
don't you
better.
create a budget? Why don't you get better from that respect? So there is a flip side to the coin,
For sure.
but yeah, like leveling up should give you a little bit extra freedom in some sense,
I think
right?
having a budget is important. I have a general kind of sense of what I spend. Like I'm pretty good with that. But the whole point of making more money is, so you can enjoy a little bit of freedom. So you don't have to meticulously live by a budget. Use it as a guideline.
Well, it's the people that are the wealthiest stick by that like to a
religiously,
T, right?
yeah. Well, that's why millionaires
freaking-
stay millionaires, right?
Get an accountant.
So we're gonna talk now about the rise of side hustles.
Oh, 100%.
Everybody and their mom.
That's my shit.
Yeah, you're the side hustle master. Everyone has something else on the side.
Should we go to machines?
Yeah, let's do. Are we gonna stick with the shoulders vibe today? Shoulders and tries.
Gonna do an incline chest press
Smith
machine.
Oh, the machine. Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that. So anyway, yeah.
Oh, someone's using it for pulling. Whatever. Right there, the incline
Oh,
one.
yeah. Why don't we do incline flies, maybe? I could do some
With
flies.
50s?
Yeah. Incline flies and then skull crushers on the bench next to it.
Watch, I'm gonna put this here. Someone's gonna start doing abs. It's almost guaranteed. Nice.
So we're talking about side hustles. You can lead the way here. This is your jam.
I've been doing this since I graduated university.
They call me Vic Side Hustle Ivanescu.
Well, the whole reason of the side hustle thing is
start.
it's a culture for you to get ahead, right? Because your main source of income is not providing you with enough.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, I'm gonna do some shit on my off hours. I'm gonna sell shit on Marketplace. I'm gonna do stuff on the weekend, maybe get a second job part-time, or use a skill of yours that is highly sought after that you can monetize.
So
Social media, some
Yep.
shit like that. If you're a dietitian and you work in finance, you could spend your off hours building a PDF or whatever to sell online for teaching people how to eat healthier or whatnot. This is just some spitball.
yeah, you're just like,
But it's like you're using your skills that you have outside of your work life that you're passionate about that you can also monetize as well. That's kind of how I look at it. Like for me,
Dorothy.
DJing.
Huh? We're podcasting. The move was great. Thank
We
you for
have to
asking.
restart now. Thank you.
An hour gone.
40 minutes, and we have to restart now.
Guest
Why
speaker.
young people feel broke all
Why
the
we can't
time.
afford anything nowadays. Dorothy's like, you guys just need to work harder. You frickin'
I worked 3 jobs.
you boomers.
I work 5.
When I was your
You
I work
boomers.
you know somebody?
Guest,
Ooh, you're
guest
gonna have
speaker.
to listen to the episode.
Yeah. Nice to see you, my dear. But yeah, I think also there's 2 routes to the side hustle thing. 3, I think. Well, 2 kind of. I think the first one is people who do it out of necessity because they can't afford anything, so they need that extra income. And there's people who do it maybe some necessity, but also because they have the entrepreneurial mindset. Which ends up, I guess, at the end of the day, it all comes down to the necessity because you're making more money, so you have more financial freedom, right? But I think a lot of people, I think it used to be like that, where it's like, back in the day, people who were doing a lot of side hustles was more like someone who was very entrepreneurial. Well, I'll see what I can do. You should get a check in the mail. 1 penny. It's best I can do. Best I can do. God, we're getting a lot of people dropping in on today.
Yeah, we're gonna have to just change it to couch sessions.
Yeah.
I think. We don't even work out really.
No, I'm getting a pump. I'm gonna do triceps skull crusher here. What I was saying is, I think before it used to be people that had side hustles was rarer. It was like people who were, like you said, very entrepreneurial. Maybe they wanted to save money for something special.
Yeah.
Now it's, I think, more necessity than it is thing. Like you need it. And I think also, I think we're gonna touch on this later, is social media has a big role because the hustle culture is so big. Like it's like what? Going from my 5 to 9 to my 9 to 5 to my 5 to 9. Or that one guy who was like, oh, you only have 24 hours? He's like, I wake up at midnight, then to 6 a.m., I've already done 24 hours a day. then 6 a.m.
my
to
day
noon.
is split into
But
3
yeah,
days.
it's like I've actually had 3 days by the time you've had 1 day, and I'm
You're
like,
just like,
that's
what
not.
are you smoking?
That's
You on
not
crack?
how time works.
No.
Like, bro, what do you mean?
I divide my 24 hours into 3, so it feels like I've had
just
3
obviously
days.
a ridiculous example, but like definitely.
So instead of 7 days a week, I'm 21.
I'm 21, yeah. Like, I think that stuff's ridiculous, but yeah, I think there's definitely been a huge increase in almost everybody I know to some extent does something else other than their main job, to some capacity.
100%.
Like, whether
And
it's social media,
like
or
you said, some of it is like beyond your will or willingness to do so.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of a gift when it ends up lining up as something you enjoy
you
doing.
already like doing, yeah.
Because sometimes it can be something that you really hate, but you do it anyways.
Well, yeah, like, let's say-
like you work the night shift as like a security guard,
Or you
some
do
shit.
Uber Eats or
Yeah.
Uber because it's easy and like you can make a couple extra bucks.
Uber Eats.
Do you like doing it? Probably
Yeah.
not. Like,
and same with Uber, like rideshare, all that stuff.
yeah.
But they do it to support their families, right?
To that end, it is nice in a way that there is a lot of options out there for someone who's, for lack of a better word, unskilled in something specific.
Yeah, you have something to fall back on.
Yeah, you have something to do, right? Like, hey, can you drive? Perfect. You can make some extra money doing Uber. It just sucks that nowadays it's the norm. It's not like an exception. Everybody,
Oh yeah.
in a way, has to be making extra money or they're gonna fall behind, right? It's a crazy, crazy time.
Are you doing it like this? When you
Yeah, yeah,
step
yeah.
up a little bit?
Yeah, I'm going like behind a little bit, yeah. Nice stretch. I might go a little heavier on that one. I'm doing high reps as well.
And going back quickly to that social media shit you just said,
Yeah, I mean, we can move into that now.
like it's almost kind of expected of you, or there's like a whole niche on IG and TikTok and all the medias
Yeah.
where like hustling is applauded. Like
Yeah, it's
the
like,
fuck
oh,
are
wow.
you? Who are you if you're not hustling, right?
Yeah, like why aren't you doing
better
anything
be
with your
hustling.
life?
Yeah. If you're just doing your 9 to 5 and then doing nothing else, you're kind of like a loser kind of thing.
But then
And it's like, but what about my free time? You know?
I was gonna say, then it comes down to work-life
Because you're
balance.
sacrificing a lot of your free time.
It's non-existent.
Yeah. That brings me to the idea. There's this pretty interesting post online about an American company with an American boss that was overseeing people in Holland, in Amsterdam specifically.
I think I remember seeing some like that.
And the boss was like, yo, I keep seeing you logging out right at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
I need you to like, show a little bit more company culture.
Yeah, it's like
essentially
for-
telling him
for
like
the
he needs
team.
to work longer
Oh
for
my
the
God,
team
the way
because
they
he has to
phrase
show
it.
his investment into the team and work off hours.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, well,
And
with all
it
due
was in Sweden.
respect.
It was in Sweden.
Yeah, I'm telling the story.
Yeah. I'm just, you said Holland. I'm saying
No,
it's
it was in
Sweden.
Amsterdam.
Was it? I thought it was
Yeah.
Sweden. Okay, my bad.
With all
Same
due
shit.
respect, at 5 p.m. onwards, that's my personal time, and I have things to do, and I have a life. And then the boss clapped back and was like, okay, I'm gonna bring this up to HR, and you're gonna be like penalized essentially.
Yeah.
And then the dude from Amsterdam brought it up to the Holland or Dutch or Swedish
The labor.
PR or HR
Yeah.
person, and the HR person was like, don't worry, you won't hear from this boss ever again. And then the whole thing stopped.
Well, if I remember correctly, he ended up going to like the labor board
Yeah.
in the country, and it's illegal.
Yeah.
Like it's actually illegal.
Yeah, you start work at 9 or 10 and you finish at 5 and that's it.
Yeah, but nowadays you're expected to like, because of our phones, be available literally all day, any day.
Exactly.
Bro, I get texts all the time from. I know, I'm trying to. It's really heavy. I get messages all the time at all hours of the day. I mean, I'm self-employed, so I guess that's different. But still.
No, it's the same shit, bro. I'm gonna have to wait for you to finish.
Like I'm
I'll
off.
let you finish.
I'm off this week, and I had to tell everybody not to message me, and people still message me like literally day one. They're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I have a question." I'm like,
Can you leave me alone?
Can you
please?
refer to my note that I'm just like really, really trying to chill unless it's an absolute emergency?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway,
What next?
so that was we're touching on the side hustles.
Yeah, man. I have like 4 side hustles on the go right now.
Why everything feels worse than it did before in terms of like money and stuff? And it's the social media effect. So that's what we're going to kind of touch on now. It's like what you're seeing. We talk about hustle culture, but
you're
like
seeing everyone's highlight reel on
yeah,
social.
like luxury lifestyle. You know, you open your friends in Miami again for the fucking 8th time this year, and you're like, how is he doing that?
He's not.
That guy must be side hustling hard.
Oh, he definitely
Shall
is.
we go 45 or
and
50?
it still doesn't matter.
Yeah, 45 or 50 on the flies.
Yeah, I'm done. He's going that often because life is so much better there.
I think, damn, that's crazy. I think social media obviously plays a massive role. Aside from the hustle culture aspect, just like you said, making everyone feel left behind or like you're behind in life. And what's that saying? Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah, and that is literally...
And that is so true, man. Sometimes I have to remind myself that when I see some shit online.
You gotta be like, yo, people are thinking this about me too.
That's a good way to think about it, right? Because sometimes I'll look at something and be like, man, I'm really not doing enough. Or I'm like, why does my physique not look like this? Even though I've been training for 20 years.
And we're like in a high percentage of like people that work out.
I know, it's delusion.
Yeah.
But it's comparison, right? Or even like lifestyle. You see like people living in big houses, nice cars, and you're like, I know what that person does. How are they affording that? You know what I mean? Like just dumb shit like that.
There's always something that someone doesn't have that they wish they had.
Yeah.
For example, you remember when we were at Electric Island and that dude came up to us in the crowd and he asked us if we both have a partner that we trust, and that I was like, yeah, it's my wife. She's right there.
Yeah.
And he's like, see, I have everything except that.
Damn.
And he was like,
that guy was hammered.
and he was like so emotional.
He was
about
devastated.
He was like, I make
so much money.
Like I don't need to work anymore. Like I'm good for money.
I remember that.
But like I don't know if and when I'm gonna find that piece, and that is the most important piece.
I was like,
shit.
I got that guy's number too.
You did.
He's like, we're gonna start a business together. I'm like, all right, bet. And
you should message him.
He's like, I'm gonna invest in you guys.
Why don't we try?
I forgot his name. I have to go really far back in the text.
Be like, hey, yo, remember?
Those are the best, when you meet a random stranger at like a festival or a party. They're like, we gotta start a business together. You get their number, and then you wake up the next morning and you're like, what the fuck was I doing? I'm never talking to this person again. But maybe one day, you never know. It may lead to, it's networking. We do it for networking.
Totally.
Yeah, man. Definitely social media has a massive, massive effect. It's kind of crazy too, like we're, developed adults. Physically, mentally, maybe not, but like physically. And it's like, but like, bro.
That's so funny.
We're complaining about this now, right? What's it gonna be like for people who are 14, 15, 16, right now, growing up with social media and projecting 10 years into the future when
those
cost
people
of living
grew up with phones in their hands at the age of 2.
You know what's wild? They said something like this generation, Alpha, or Gen Z and Gen Alpha, are the first generation in I don't know how long that's poorer than their parents. Because you always do better than the previous generation. This is the first time where it's less. The average age of like someone moving out is like in their 30s now, which is insane.
We know people that are still at home.
Yeah, it's insanity.
And that's something that's kind of,
and it's not that they don't want to move out.
Societal scale, like things are not proportionate, right?
Yeah.
So it's not your fault, Matt. It's not your fault, Matt.
Oh
Please.
My God, it's always my fault.
Always.
Everything you do is your fault.
Yeah, bro. Don't be a bitch.
You know, I think I made this joke last podcast episode, but it's like that Scooby-Doo thing. When you find out the person who's behind all your problems and you unmask the person, it's you. Yeah. I think about that a lot.
Crazy though.
I find I've been trying my hardest when I catch myself doom scrolling to not like, compare myself, because then I start to spiral.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, maybe I should take on another client, and then I'll do another client.
You're like, well, wait, I'm fully
fantastic.
full.
I'll just work 50 hours again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you're like, I'm at capacity.
And there's only so much time in the day.
100%.
And you start neglecting on yourself, right? And finally, we got one more segment and then an ending piece here. So, is it a mindset problem or reality, everything we've talked about? Are people actually broke, or does it feel like it? I think it goes both ways, but I think...
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of both.
Like you might have some money, but you still feel broke. You know what I mean? I actually was watching this YouTube video. This guy does this thing where he goes around, he's a finance guy, and he asks people, you know, are you okay sharing what's in your bank account? And then we're gonna show it to the next person, they're gonna give you advice. Bro, they did it with like 10 people, and I was absolutely blown away with how many people had less than $1,000 to their name.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like youth, it was like a guy with his kids.
Yeah.
And they opened his bank account, someone had like negative $4,000. I'm like, what? And I'm freaking out about maybe only having, I don't know, 10 grand in the bank account. You know what I mean? Like, I start freaking out when I don't have what I think is in my brain, the barrier.
Yeah.
When I drop below that barrier, I start to panic.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, how am I gonna pay rent? How am I gonna pay this? You know what I mean? But then I see shit like that, I'm like, what? There was a really good guy too, he does like videos where he's like average income, blah, blah. And then you see something like that and you're like, it is a perception thing, I think, because you think you're broke. Some people, I know a lot of people might be, but then you see something and you're like, 90% of people don't have $2,000 for an emergency, and then you're like, oh, maybe I'm not doing as
month to month,
maybe, or paycheck to paycheck. I'm like, maybe I'm not doing as bad as I think I am, but my perception is that I am horrible, which then leads to side hustles and like doing everything. I think it's a fucking weird thing to
Teetering.
balance. Yeah, like it's a very weird thing to balance. It's all in your head. As soon as you start feeling safe and comfortable, a big expense comes up, then you start to spiral.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, sure you have money, but then is it enough to get through the next couple months?
Yeah.
What if something happens? You know what I mean?
You know, what's crazy about this whole thing is that it's cyclical. Like, you've experienced this multiple times.
Yeah.
So the thing about money is, like, you know it's always going to
come back. Yeah.
In theory, in principle, unless if you just shut everything down and you cut off all your income streams, you know that in the future, some way, somehow, someday, like, money will come back to you,
your
based on your expertise, based on your side hustle, based on who you connect with, based on new experiences. So that maybe, like, even is a kind of a factor, a deciding factor on, like, fuck it, I'm gonna take this trip, or I'm gonna do this thing.
Yeah, I definitely find myself doing that as well.
I'm young now. If maybe, like, you see those videos online where they interview like 80-year-olds, 90-year-olds that are kind of on their way out, and they're like, what do you regret most? Yeah. And they're like, not having taken that trip, not having done that thing with my friends when I was able to. So I think more and more people our age are sacrificing their financial stability right now in order to have those experiences, because they know once they have a kid or whatever, they're just fucking locked in, you know, and they're forcefully locked in for the next 18 years, right?
Completely side tangent, but the reason birth rates are so low, especially in the West.
Can't afford it.
Everybody that I know that doesn't have a kid yet in our age group, which a lot of my friends have kids now, their main reason isn't because they don't want to raise a kid. It's like, where, how?
Yeah.
That's another $200,000 a year.
Yeah, literally.
And my mom's like, Machu, when I was your age, I had 3 boys and only 1 job for dad. And I'm like, yeah, that was in 1928.
Yeah, you want me to explain you inflation?
Yeah.
You want me to explain you lifestyle expenses?
You just need to work harder.
No.
Yeah.
To an extent, yes.
Yeah.
But also, like, come on, go buy the same amount of groceries you did back then at the same price. Come back to me.
Well, nowadays it's like, that funny you say that, because when my parents go grocery shopping, they'll say shit like that, but like, $500, so expensive.
Oh, welcome.
Oh, Costco 20 years ago, $200.
Yeah,
I'm like,
okay.
Yeah, so, 20 years ago, yeah.
So, okay, Mom, so now do you understand?
Now imagine you don't have 50 years of financial backing.
Yeah.
And you're my age, building wealth. You now have to spend all this money literally just to survive. I don't know, dude.
This was a venting episode.
It's crazy. I think for both of us, because, you know, we both like, we fall into that kind of hustler mindset.
Oh my God, I think we need to change our podcast name.
What, hustler mindset?
No. Venting with Vic and Matt.
Venting with Vic and Matt. VWVM.
Yo, we'll make merch.
Where's my...
I'm gonna see if that's available. If it is, we're changing the podcast. We're not working out anymore, and we're just gonna fucking vent.
Complain. All right, last little segment here, rapid fire hot take. Should we do
Let's change it up. I'm done with this.
tricep rope and then maybe
Incline chest.
incline chest? Good noise canceling.
What was
but not that
the
good.
rapid fire questions?
Oh, I'm just talking to myself.
No, I know. I'm asking you what they
I
were.
was explaining to the audience why the pause. Okay, so rapid fire.
I'll just cut it. It's fine.
Oh, will you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I felt like I was quite nice there. Most people. Okay, I'm gonna shoot them and then we'll just kind of talk.
You shoot them, I'll answer.
Okay,
I usually shoot them.
You know what? Let's do it like this. Let's do this and close grip push-ups. I'm too lazy to set this.
Okay, yeah, fuck that.
Let's get out of here. Most people don't have a money problem. They have a spending problem. That's a tough one.
I could see both sides to that.
Yeah.
But it goes back to the like your spending increases based on the income you get and you don't even know about it, so you have to be conscious about it, you know?
I think people also are spending nowadays more as a coping mechanism.
Ooh.
Just with like everything
Dopamine
going on.
release.
Yeah, dopamine. Everything's instant. Like bro, I've ordered stuff on Amazon. It comes the same day.
Dude, that
Don't have to
update, spend $6 more, you'll get it the same day.
It's
What
insane.
the
It's insane.
fuck?
I did that yesterday. I ran out of protein. By 5 p.m. I had more protein.
Drones are next.
Yeah. Anyway, so I agree. It's both. I think people do have. They don't have money to spend, but also I think people spend more than they should because it's a culture of convenience. Everything's so easy.
There's a little bit of irresponsibility going on.
I think it goes both ways, definitely. Side hustles are becoming mandatory. I think we kind of touched
If you
on.
want to get ahead, I think so.
Yeah, I don't think, at least here in Canada, with our cost of living, I don't
Unless
think it's
if you're
doable.
in that upper echelon of people that are making like 200
million.
plus,
Yeah, like
200
a
plus
lot of
a
money.
year,
Yeah.
and you can just get by. But you need to be in a high-end job, high-end tech, sales, business, finance, that type of thing, to even get to that part. I have friends that are there.
And to be honest, 200
I'm like,
grand is
damn.
still not barely. I think they say the median income, household income is like 274,000 in Canada to be considered like comfortable.
Yeah.
274,000.
Yeah, $250,000.
That's insane. That's insane. I would 5 years ago, 10 years, not even a couple years ago, I consider someone making 250. I'm like, this person's loaded. Like that's a rich person to me.
Bro, I'm cutting this out, but me and B are like 240.
Still not enough.
You know how much debt I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah, you can clear it out. I think me and T are maybe at like 200 total and still not enough. Not enough. It's crazy. All right, next one is.
But you know, Clyde on his own, I think is at the same number.
That's insane. We'll have to cut this whole part.
Yeah.
Okay, next topic so you know when to cut it. So next topic is, next hot take is working harder doesn't guarantee getting ahead anymore.
100%.
No.
That's what we just talked about the whole episode.
Yeah.
You want to put more on?
25?
Okay. Yeah, no. It's disproportionate. Like your output could be through the roof.
Yeah.
You could be working maximum efficiency
Your
and
ass
everything.
off.
And you could still
Not
not
be
be
making
making it. You could be making close to enough, but it's still not enough to support your needs, especially
even
if
just basic
if
lifestyle.
you have a family, it's even harder, right? Because you have more mouths to feed. Like taking care of my dog is hard.
Oh, buddy, don't even get me started. Vet bills? Oh,
Yeah, bro.
Jesus Christ.
It's crazy. That is 100% a personal decision, right?
Yeah, well, you have to, when you get a pet, you have to accept that that's part of
Yeah.
the lifestyle. Social media makes everyone feel broke. I think so, to some extent.
Yeah, because like we said, the highlight reel,
Yeah.
you're seeing
Everyone's living a better life.
Dude, on IG, unless if you're being real about your life and you're like posting the bad shit too, you're only gonna be sharing like the highlights of your life, right?
Yeah, no one's
And
posting
then
bad
looking from an outsider's perspective, you can be like, what the hell? Why don't I have that? And it's
Yeah,
just
and like, how is this person doing all this? I never see them work.
yeah. And I think that's why a lot of people have developed some form of, I don't know what the correct terminology is, but like some form of issue where they're always comparing to other people,
Yeah.
and it causes them anxiety, depression, frustration.
Yeah.
Because they're
And then you're
constantly like, why can't I do that? Why am I not like that?
And then
It's
you
really
just
bad.
get locked in like a prison of like
Your thoughts.
looping and
Yeah.
your thoughts, and then you stop and then you feel better and then you open Instagram again or TikTok. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, buddy, we got last
What's the
one.
takeaway?
So the outro is, you know, what would you say would help young people feel less broke? Better financial education, realistic expectations, living below your means. I think that's
the main
the
part.
main thing. Yeah.
It's
Building skills.
unfortunate, but you got to do that in order to get ahead. You have to purposely think about being frugal,
Yeah.
which I don't think was like that big of a thing back
Before.
in the past, because there was stability as your income grew. You had a sense of stability, and you didn't need to think like that. Yeah, there's always like, let's say both our families were immigrants, right? So
Yeah.
there was always that like mindset and mentality to, not spend. But I think now more than ever, you have to make that a priority in order to get ahead.
But it becomes so hard because everything you see
Yeah.
and you feel left behind, and
Yeah.
it's like, how can I be frugal? But I need
Yeah.
to buy this. You
And
know.
there's things that you need to buy.
Yeah, a lot of it
that-
is just wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a tough one out there, guys. Be smart with your money. Download Monarch. not sponsored, by the way. It is a good app.
Yeah, like
is a good app.
essentially,
There's
the more you
tools,
make,
there's
the
tools.
more cognizant of like spending you have to be.
Yeah, there's tools to help you, plan and budget, and
Yeah.
maybe you have to get a side hustle.
I think the real answer is you just need to move to a
Yeah,
different
just
country.
move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the real answer.
Doesn't that require money though? And
Liquidate.
here we are again.
Back to the loop.
Back to square one.
Yo, The Matrix was a documentary.
Literally. All right, guys. See you on the next one.